Hi, and welcome back to Amanda Marie NP, or welcome if this is your very first time clicking on a video on my channel. So you find me standing in the middle of the reception / lobby area of my very own private medical practice. You heard me right. I'm a nurse practitioner in the state of Ohio, and I own my own private medical practice. It seems crazy to think that it's even possible. It seems so far out of touch with reality, but friends, if it's possible for me, it's possible for you. And I have a feeling that you strictly clicked on this video because one of two reasons. One, you're just a really diehard supporter of mine and you watch everything I put out on this channel and my other one, which is a faith-based channel, and I'll link it below. Or more probably most of all, you're probably wondering, how can you start your very own private medical practice as a nurse practitioner? Well, I'm super glad you found me because that's what I'm sharing here on this channel. So today I just want to share with you the top 3 things that I would do over again if I was starting a private medical practice. If I was opening a medical practice from the ground up, what are the top 3 things I would do? Well, I'm glad you asked. The number one thing that I would do if I was starting a medical practice as a nurse practitioner would be to start my credentialing with the insurance companies. Of course, if I was wanting to accept insurance right away, start it like right now. Even if you're planning on starting next year, I'm not kidding you. I would start way in advance. Now, why do I say that? I say that because the struggle is real and I'm going to be tracking this journey. I've already made a couple of videos. I'll link the playlist below on how to start a private medical practice as a nurse practitioner, advanced practice registered nurse. And the struggle, I don't know, it's like so much more than real, guys. It has been the absolute most horrific experience. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. I just want to be able to share this journey with you so transparently so that you can understand how important it is that you go ahead and start that credentialing. Now, there's a couple of different ways to credential. I'm not going to get into all the nitty-gritty in this video, but I just want to share with you that there are companies out there. I've mentioned one in another video, like again, I will link it below. But there are companies that do it, or you can do it yourself. So the number one thing that I strongly recommend to every nurse practitioner who has ever asked me, how in the world do you own your own practice? Like, just seemed so far out of touch with reality to even dream of something so big. How could that even become my life? So again, I would start it right away. The second thing that I would do is start saving. And I know that sounds super cliche, and of course people are probably like rolling their eyes at this point in the video. But why do I say that? I say it because I didn't start saving. I didn't really start thinking about the fact that this could be a real thing for so long that by the time I actually decided to take the plunge and jump headfirst into starting my own private medical practice, I kind of did things a little bit of a hodgepodge way. And I want you to live vicariously through me and my experiences so that you don't make these same exact mistakes. So start saving now, whether it's $50 a check, $100 a check, whatever it looks like for you. Go ahead and start saving now and set some goals for yourself. So I work really well on small attainable goals to reach a long-term goal. So if opening a private medical practice as an advanced practice registered nurse is a goal of yours, then go ahead and start thinking about what are some small attainable goals that you can reach along the way. So maybe that's little graphs and you kind of color it in as you save certain dollar amounts. Maybe that is you type out your to-do list and you start highlighting things off as you accomplish them. And maybe the first thing that you're going to be able to save for is a hypothetical first month's rent deposit on a space that you want to lease. That might be a good place to start. Maybe you've cost out your credentialing through a company and maybe that might be your first financial goal. Whatever that looks like. Another thing you should start thinking about now, just kind of as a bonus to the 3 things that I would do if I was opening a private medical practice, is consider whether or not you are going to do all of this yourself or if you're going to add staff members right away. So that's just kind of food for thought, and you kind of have to be realistic with yourself. So I would go ahead and start that credentialing right away, immediately start doing the research and figuring out if you're going to do it yourself or are you going to outsource that task. And then I would start saving money. So are you going to save money and pay for this all out of pocket through your own sweat and blood and tears? Or are you going to do funding through banks? Are you going to use credit cards? Are you going to get grants or loans? Those are the kinds of things that you need to start the wheels spinning right now. Another kind of just side to this topic is start talking to other people maybe that you know that own their own private medical practice. I'd love to chat with you in the comment section below. Any of your top questions, your burning desires, what do you want to know? Go ahead and ask me below and I'll do my absolute best to either answer them in the comments or make an entire video just for you. Okay, so funding, money, and starting your credentialing. And the last thing I strongly would suggest is that you begin networking right away. Maybe you know no one who owns their own private medical practice, and that's okay. If you know no one, the number one thing that I would recommend that you do is to get on social media. Social media is huge in the century, the day and age that we live in, as you already know, you're watching a YouTube video. The number one way is to start networking, reaching out to individuals, kind of like cold calling. If you were looking to hire someone or you were looking for a job, just start reaching out to people. Not all cheesy and spammy, guys, okay? Not like, can you help me open my own practice? Because honestly, it takes work. It is going to take the grunt work. It's going to take time and effort and countless nights of not sleeping and hours upon hours of endless amounts of research. And I don't mean to make it sound impossible for you. I just think that if you want to start your own practice, you should know the truth. You should know that it's a lot of work. You should know that it's gonna cost you money and time and tears and effort and energy. You should know those things right up front from the very beginning. And then you should go ahead and make up your mind right now that you're willing to put in all of the work that it takes. So start reaching out and networking on social media, on forums, under YouTube videos such as mine. Start networking and kind of becoming friends with people and just picking their brain, every little nugget that you can possibly get. And probably as my last little side note to this video, so what I think were maybe 5 different things that I would recommend. The 6th and kind of bonus freebie that I would add on here is to start a binder or a notebook right now if you haven't already. Gather up all of those scraps and those notes and those little, dreamy kind of things that you've been writing out. Maybe you've already came up with a name for your medical practice. Maybe you know exactly what specialty you want to focus on. Maybe you know what the decor in your office is going to look like. Go ahead and start gathering all of that and put it all into one centralized location. Brain dump all in one spot, so that later you know where all of your notes are and you can start collecting all of those things and you already have them all in one spot, and it kind of saves you the time and effort of trying to find all of the places maybe where you squiggled out thoughts and ideas that you wanted for your own private medical practice. So if you start taking notes in one central location, you can start writing down names of people that you've networked with. Maybe you can start gathering phone numbers, social media handles, email addresses, and then every single time you stumble upon a little nugget that might be something that you could use for your own private medical practice, whether it's pertaining to credentialing, whether it's pertaining to just different rules that you've learned that you needed to do, whether it is specialty focused. Maybe, for example, you want to treat addiction from your clinic, which is one thing that I do from my own private medical practice. There are tons of rules that pertain to addiction, just like there are tons of rules that pertain to every other specialty. Maybe it's just different diagnoses that you want to make sure that you learn a little more about, or ones that you just really feel as though you excel in, and you want to just kind of compile that knowledge into one place. So I would strongly recommend that you get a binder or get a notebook right now and start compiling all of that information into one place. So I really hope that you've enjoyed these tips. The 3 main tips that I would do if I was starting a medical practice is: number 1, start credentialing right now. Number 2, I would definitely either start saving for your own medical practice, or I would start considering whether or not you need to clean up your personal credit a little bit, because spoiler alert, if your personal credit is not decent, when you go to apply, even if it's for a business loan, just so you know, you have to have decent personal credit or they will not even consider giving you a business line of credit. I did not know that. I really had no idea. I kind of just viewed my business line of credit as totally separate from my personal line of credit. But again, spoiler alert, you have to have decent personal credit as well. So start thinking about the financials of your business and what you want that to look like for you. Compile all your business related thought, content, dreams, hopes, ideas into one location. Start networking right now, and understand it's going to be a lot of grunt work, but my friends, it's going to be so extremely worth it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up because it really helps other nurse practitioners who are looking to start their own private medical practice. Just some nice place to find some information. And if that's where you are right now, something tells me that you want to be able to help others in their journey as well. And comment below any of your burning questions. If you have a topic idea that you would really like to see me cover on this channel more in depth, I would absolutely love to do that for you. So comment below. And if you want an email or you just kind of want to connect with a nurse practitioner who owns her own business and doesn't have time to edit her outros, that would be me, then go ahead and comment down below an email or a social media handle. And yeah, I will maybe try to connect with you in all of my free time. All right, 10-4, over and out. Good luck. You can do it. I'll see you in my next video.